Welcome back to First Bank of Wyoming Sports Friday. Dahl, Erickson in studio here as we have a chance to talk with Dylan Taylor. He is the man of the Green River Wolves, one of the top players in the state of Wyoming's 4A class. Dylan, thanks for taking a few minutes and speaking with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're tickled that you're with us, and I guess one of the first things I want to ask, being someone who's never been someone who carries a team like you do, let's talk about that a little bit. And over the course of your career at Green River, your role has continued to get bigger and bigger, but you've always been counted on to score points and do a lot of things for your team. Kind of explain how your role has developed over your varsity career.
At first, I was just a sophomore, and so some of my other teammates felt like they should be getting the time, but luckily I got to prove myself in practice, and then once we started meshing as a team, we just kept rolling, and then junior year it just builds up and builds up.
Dylan, do you ever feel any pressure that maybe the shot's not falling that night and you got to do something a little different, or how does that adjustment go during the course of a game for you?
Just start inside at the post, and then if I'm feeling good, work my way out to the three. But even if I have bad games, I know my team's going to be there for me.
Let's talk about your team and your teammates. You guys are up on top of the 4A West, or one of the teams battling for the top of the 4A West, and you've had a very good season so far. Now as things kind of flip-flop and you go through the schedule again, what are some things that you learned about the 4A West up to this point?
It's every game's going to be competitive. We just got to play our ball, focus on us, and I know my team's going to do great things.
As far as the Wolves are concerned, what are some of your goals?
We want to win it all, just like every other team's goal. We just want to go out there, compete, know that we're doing our best and playing our game and not playing down to the other team, and just play ball.
What's some of your favorite parts of being part of this Green River program?
I love how close we are together. Like, I love every single last one of my teammates, and we just gel so well. I don't know. I just love playing.
So, Dylan, you're the leading scorer and rebounder for the Wolves, but you defer a lot of the credit to your team. What are some of the things that some of your teammates do that maybe are a little unheralded to people who are watching from the outside?
We just got a team full of role players. That's what makes a good basketball team. And I've seen over the years with different teams, when they don't have those role players, that they're not going to be as successful as teams with the role players. So I'm very grateful that we have role players on our team, and they make all the difference.
Obviously, in Wyoming, you got to do a fair bit of traveling to do to play basketball, to play sports.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you guys do to pass the time on the bus?
I like to sleep. There's a lot of trips I just sleep the whole way. But we've pulled out some card games, and we play some games on our phones, and then just talking and connecting, team bonding there as well.
Who's the class clown of the Wolves that maybe people don't know about?
Probably Cole Murray.
All right.
He's definitely the class clown for sure. But we got a few of them on the team, keep everything interesting.
Who picks the music?
We kind of just all created a playlist together, but it's usually our manager, Braden Morrell.
He's the playlist master.
Yeah.
All right.
He's our DJ.
Covers everything then. Gets
Yep.
everything ready to go and picks the songs.
Yep.
Well, tell us a bit about what you have coming up this week, some of your opponents, and what you'd like to see happen. Obviously, you want to come away with wins, but a little more specific, what are some things you'd like to see on the floor from yourself and for your team?
Right now, we're playing Riverton on Friday, Cody on Saturday. We've watched some film on them, and Riverton's a big game for us. It'll make us number one on the west side, and we really want this game. Just in the past years, Green River, I feel like, has been disrespected in a way. I feel like this year is the year that we can really gain our respect with the state, because in all, the West is really looked down upon by the East.
All right, so Riverton and Cody this week. What are some of the, maybe down the road, obviously you got regionals coming up. But what are some things that make up the Green River Wolves as far as a team mentality is concerned? What are some things that Coach Ivy tries to instill in you guys that really kind of goes that really instills what the Wolves are on a day-to-day basis?
We got 3 principles: work hard, play hard, and play smart. Work hard, play smart, play together. And then just defense and rebounding. Our main focus is defense, rebounding, and then if we cover those other 3 principles, then I believe we can win every single game.
Well, Dylan, thank you for being with us today. Anything that I haven't touched on that you might want to mention or discuss?
Not really. We covered a lot.
All right. Thank you, Dylan. We appreciate your time. Dylan Taylor, the Green River Wolves, they'll be taking on the Riverton Wolverines and the Cody Bronx this weekend as part of the South versus North and flip-flop district play. Dylan, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That again is Dylan Taylor earlier this week speaking with Dahl Erickson, and 1,000 points for Dylan Taylor, and he's not alone. Here's a look at some of the other basketball players just this season that have eclipsed the 1,000-point mark. Roxanne Rogers from Pinedale, Luca Brooks from Upton, Bryce Hansen from Lyman, Reese Halley from Torrington, Riley Joe Ward from Burns, Wheatland had Cade Pruitt, and Demi Stauffenberg, most recently from Lander. Those are the ones that we are aware of that have eclipsed the 1,000-point mark in high school basketball. Back after this with First Bank of Wyoming Sports Friday on SVI.